In this video, I'm going to talk about CIS18A Lab 3, Exercise 1. In this exercise, we are required to create the program with the code provided on the document and compile the program, run the program, and answer the questions. So to start, what we can do is we can use our text editor. So here I am using Notepad. You can use any text editor or the text editor that's included in your IDE. At the top, I added the block comment to indicate what my program is about. So this program uses vehicle class. It also has a vehicle demo class as well. And when you create the vehicle class, it actually create a type, which is very similar to what you have learned in data type. So it will be a type, and within that type we would have members, or within that class we would have member variables. So in our program, we're also going to construct an object, and that object is going to be called minivan. So here in this line, we actually construct the object. So to start, we have a class called vehicle, and within that class we have 3 variables, and these are members of the class. Int passengers, so passengers is going to hold the number of passengers that can travel in the minivan. Then int fuel cap, that's going to hold the fuel value, and int mpg, this is going to hold miles per gallon, and they're all integers. So these are members of the vehicle class. Secondly, we have a class called vehicle demo, and within this class we have the main method, and within this main method we create an object that's going to be associated with the members of the vehicle class. So what you can do is you can create this object and use the instances to correlate with the object as passenger, fuel cap, or MPG. Here we can see that we are using the keyword new, which is a constructor, and we would use this to construct our object called minivan, and minivan is part of the vehicle type. And within this, the vehicle demo class in the main, we declared range, which holds integer, and this is part of the calculation in the program. Later on, we will operate the calculation for range. To assign the value, what we will do is we will first identify the object, which is minivan, and you would use the dot operator, which is the period, and then bring down the variable name. So here what I'm saying is the passenger, that's part of the passenger variable, which is part of the minivan object, holds 7. And again, we assign the value for fuel cap, and that is 16. So fuel cap is part of the minivan object, which is associated with the vehicle type, that holds 16. And for the MPG, we assign 21 to MPG. That means that our minivan have 21 miles per gallon. Then we would operate the computation here. So range is going to be equal to minivan.fuelCap multiplied by minivan.mpg. Lastly, we would print out the string to show how many passengers can be in the minivan and what is the range for fuel for the minivan. So system print line here shows that my minivan can carry, and then the number of passengers will plug in, which is 7, and the range for the fuel, which is calculated from multiplying fuel cap with MPG. So after we create the program, have appropriate syntax, then we're going to go ahead and click File, Save As. And here what we can do is we can point to the location where we want it to save. This one I'm going to name it vehicle.class, .java, I'm sorry, because this is the class name. I'm going to make sure we select all files here, click Save. Once you have your program saved, bring up your command line, and in your command line, make sure that you change directory to desktop. After you change directory to desktop, you can issue the compile command, which is javac vehicle.java. After we compile the program successfully, we would run the program, and unlike the previous lab, what we will need to do is we would need to use the Java command with the second class name, because that's where the main method is. So Java vehicle demo, and that will give you the output, which is minivan can carry 7 with the range of 336. Because if you run the program using vehicle, you will find that it will throw an error, because vehicle had become the type, and we created the object which is part of the type. So, and the object exists in vehicle demo. So therefore, what we need to do is we need to run the program using vehicle demo to get our output. Okay?